Hi, this is Mike from Business Analytiq, and this is a short video on how to set up my private data series. So inside Business Analytiq you have access to our database of commodity trends, which are fully available for use to create indexes, benchmarks, and to download whatever you would like to do with it. But there's also the option to load your own private data series. Now, your own private data series, no one else in the system has access to. That goes without saying, also not the Business Analytiq team itself. They are really your private data series. And there are two main cases in where you'll need private data series. The first is when you have access to market data that either you've purchased or you're tracking for yourself, or there are data that you need on a regular basis that is rather obscure. You can download them into here. The other case where you might want to have data is when you're trying to find a benchmark for prices that you're paying for a product. You would load them in here and test them against a series of benchmarks. And that process you could see in the My Benchmarks video to explain how that works. Now, if you do want to load my private data series, the first thing to do is to click on the Create button and to describe it. So in this case, it'll be my private data. You indicate whether it's a price or an index. You want to indicate what currency the data is in. This is really important to get this right, and the unit of measure, in this case, kilogram. And you add that. And that will create a space for your private data. And now you have to load the actual numbers themselves. Now you can either do it manually by indicating a month and a price, or whatever you're measuring. It doesn't always need to be price. It can be an index, it can be basically anything. And then you would press save and add it in. But in general, the easier way is to add data via a CSV file. So you click on my CSV file and you go to where you've stored your CSV file. I'll show you in a moment what that template looks like. In fact, I'd better show you now. In this case, we're going to load a resin. So we'll open the resin file, and that'll load the data automatically, and then you save it. Now, and then the data is loaded, and the system will now treat that data as any other data in the system. So it will be fully available for you to use in my benchmarks, my indexes, and so on. So that data is fully available to you, but of course only you. No other account can use that data. Now, I didn't show you actually what the data looks like, so maybe quickly we go in here. So it's a relatively simple file, which is just a set of dates on the one side. Once the file loads, just a set of dates in the format of year and month. So January is 2017, 01 is January, and the price. So it's a very simple format, and I will put the format for this file, the input template, I will add it into the YouTube video just below as a download option, but I also make sure I send it to people. So this is what the template looks like, and you can put as many months in as you like. So that is how the data upload works. If we go back to the tool, I now have my private data sitting in the system, and it will now be available for me anywhere. I also have the option to filter my private data, so if I want to see what is sitting in there, I can filter the whole list, just in case it's a very long list. I can also download it all if I want to. In most cases, as the data comes from the user themselves, they do not need to download it, but in some cases that may be a useful option to have. And that really is all there is to it. Of course, if you have questions, please contact us at support@businessanalytiq.com. And thank you.